So we've come to the time of the evening, not before time, to have our wonderful guest artist, poet, musician, a man who's been in lots of jazz combos himself and had a very pleasant brief sojourn at Ronnie Scott's Club, no less, in London. Was that January or December?
January,
yeah. January, that's right. And who was that with again?
Well, the Mingus Big Band.
The Mingus Big Band. So he's a man of that stature, you know. So while we haven't had him here before, I'm not going to go on about, but we've got him here tonight with his good lady Gwen, and it's Mr. Paul Taylor, trombone poet.
Or Eastbeat blues, that'd be even better, wouldn't it? Yeah. Might as well have a name. This next thing has a name, it's called Blues Talk. I got the blues, baby, 'cause you let me go. I said I got the balloons, baby, in case you let me go. Got to lift my head up, can't look up to you no more. All the rain is falling on me, soaking through my clothes. I said, oh, the rain is falling on me, so keen to be close. Gonna take a while to dry out, always how it goes. When you see me crying, there's no reason why. I said, when you see McBrien, ain't no reason why he's shown up in this poem, but he's leaving by and by. I'm working in the city, trying to make a dime. I said I'm working on a settee, trying to make it rhyme. I'll be digging for $1 for a long, long time. Now my beer is flat and the rum is running down. I said my beard is flapping and the room is turning round. Got to cut it right back, show my face in town. I got the blues, baby, 'cause you let me go. I said, I've got the balloons, baby, in case you let me go. I knew you'd up and leave me when I tied him to your toe. Yeah. There's a short one about travel, being on the road. It's called On Course. Keening through the vapours of Korean noodles, Mongolian throat singing, momentarily conducted by a Polish sausage, jeopardizes the integrity of the glass of beer I am relying on to escort south a heap of Cuban paella. If it's Thursday, it must be Stuttgart There's a lot of poems called metro poems. There's a French group called Oulipo, and one of their inventions was the metro poem. You sit on the tube or the metro, and at the start of your journey, as the train sets off, you think of the first line of your poem, but you're not allowed to write anything down until you get to the next stop, and you quickly scribble down the thing. It sets off, you have to stop writing, think of the next line of your poem, and when you get off at your destination, get on the platform and just write down the final line. Makes the journey go really quickly. It turns out those stations are much closer than you thought. This is a relatively brief one from Bermondsey to St John's Wood, if you care. It's called Delineations. Along this line, my space shrinks to a point. We glance at maps of prosperity, strap hangers, pondering luxury armchairs, toothpaste shouts of a laboured white Christmas. Conversation as deep as it gets. At Bond Street, multiple missions are launched. Like Bond himself, the throng is thinning. And now the red lipstick has slipped away. Drinking in the dark. It's an old favourite activity, if not tune. This is a new poem called Oblonging. Looking out through Venetian blinds, crossed by balcony railings, I see a system. I see how I can tackle the day like a painter, painstakingly parceling the view into a mesh of pencil. A man's head, already fixed in the sentry box of the bus stop, draws my attention, waits to be drawn, but then, unable to contain his impatience, paces up and down, becoming beside himself in the wrong box. We are both relieved when a passing hexagon, red-faced and irregular, huffs him away. Filling the blank of another paving stone, a breathless jogger gazes up through the tinted panes of half interest and is gone in a blink. The canoodling pair on the balcony, one black and one white, faint their moves in rough drafts, cooing like people. Up here it is all cloud and chlorophyll, branches indifferently beckoning in the boundless breeze, out where the action is, beyond these walls. Light work. I am writing this very private poem, which I dedicate to you, on the inside of a matchbox. It is not always clear what I should say as I grope for inspiration, weigh up what you mean. It is quite dark in here, but I feel sure that a thorough rummaging will eventually shed light. Now hear this. The senseless sing-song, ruptured grammar, beeps and bombs, the needless bother, vermin terminologies of corporate blather, the unbearable chirpy paternalism, the inaudible, the dumbstruck by delays and standstills being stuck, the greetings spiked with jarring chimes with feedback shrieks, the random demands deep underground for Mr. Sands, a catalogue of irritants that we can brand tannoyance. I'll just read one more thing and then play for a moment and then get off, I think, if that's feasible.
I've got one request at the end.
Okay, what?
This trombone, you want? It's still my favourite piece.
Is it? This trombone is a slippery customer, sidling along the tune in New Orleans stomps, grunting with pleasure through old-time shuffles, or shimmering over dance floors. This trombone, unbuttoned and fretless, spits on the floor and growls at singers, comes home late, smelling of gin, and won't hear of bugles or alarm clocks. This trombone steals scenes and lifts melodies, jumps for jazz, drinks rumba, eats rock for breakfast, and runs away with the gypsies. This trombone has rattled office windows with carnival madness, slung salsa over royal heads, blown gales of bebop at huddled poets, and bounced the blues off Hell's Angels' shades. This trombone has hobbled in on crutches, dodged beer cans in Chicago, been robbed blind by mismanagers, deafened by dunderheads, dumbstruck by licensing laws, and worn out by dancers. This trombone can whisper love songs or punch you in the ear. It shouted at volcanoes, made the unborn dance, stopped children talking, and waved goodbye to the dead. This trombone has only just begun. Thank you.